Well, hello everybody. Merry Christmas Eve to you. I hope whatever you're doing that whether you're with family or whether you're distant from family and wishing that you were with family, I pray that today is a day of the significance for you. You know, Christmas Eve, we just anticipated and there's all this hub and hurry and then we get here and I always feel like on Christmas Eve there's kind of a little pause. And maybe that's the opportunity that we have to really think about the significance of the moment. And this year, with all the challenges, we actually have even more opportunity to think about the significance. Merry Christmas again. I'm recording my message for my church. No worries, no worries. Okay, same to you. Be safe. That's our wonderful postman. Don't you appreciate them so much? I mean, they work so hard and make things work for us. They're essential workers. Okay, back where I was. I'm thinking about Christmas Eve, and this reminds me of when we went to Bethlehem a couple of years ago, when I was able to go on a group pilgrimage. And I couldn't wait to go to Bethlehem, and I just anticipated all the feelings I would feel about seeing the place where Jesus was born, or where they think Jesus was born. And I was a little bit disappointed with the Church of the Nativity. Now, it was gorgeous. If you've been there, you know it's very ornate and gorgeous, and the Emperor Constantine's mother had built it. You know, she was a devout believer, and so she wanted to make things magnificent. But anytime you get an empire involved in something of faith, it changes somewhat. And so we were in this big crowd, and we went down and down. There was all this stuff to look at, and even the place where they think that Jesus was born and lay, it just seemed cold and artificial, kind of. So it kind of left me wanting. And then we did go out to Shepherd's Hill, where they think that the shepherds might have been, and when the angels came and when the shepherds got so excited about going to see this newborn baby. And I could get a little bit closer out there because we were outdoors and you could see the land and you could kind of experience, you know, oh, this is the ground that they were on. This is the place where Jesus lived. And but our guide also took us to a cave that would have been typical of what a place of residence would have looked like at that time, and quite possibly have been where Mary and Joseph were able to spend the night and where Jesus might have been born. And what I learned is that they kept the animals in these caves. They kept the animals in another room, like the manger or the stable was not like far away like a barn or something, but was right there in the cave. And so they kept them with them. This protected the animals, and it also just the body heat of everybody being together. It would have been warmer in the cool weather. And so we all huddled into this little cave and got next to each other, and somebody read the scripture story of Christmas. And in that moment, I realized that the whole thing was much more intimate and messy, not glamorous, but just heartwarming in some ways to me than it had been before. I realized that whether it was exactly that layout of a place where Jesus was born or something similar, that the whole thing of God being born into the world was much more messy and much more human than I had ever allowed. And I think that is the point, that we are given birth and provided life and sustained, not by some deity that's far off and that just deems to intervene in our lives every once in a while and judge us and bless us, but that the source of love is intimately involved and woven into the very fabric of humanity. When you think about God entering into the world as a baby, you know, what could be messier than a baby? What could be needier than a baby? What can be more demanding at times than a baby? But what can be more authentic than a baby? A baby just is a baby. Not putting on any airs, not self-conscious about who a baby is. And what could be more lovable and full of joy? A baby's giggle, those belly laughs, I mean, they just undo all of us, don't they? So when I think about that, it brings so much more power to Christmas Eve for me this year, especially this year, when we have had so many challenges and we've got the vaccines and we're excited about that, but we also have these deaths that are just coming in multiples. 324,000, is that right? Right now, and counting. People all have experienced all kinds of losses. And what I realize is that we are in this together. It's happening to all of us. No matter how insulated someone may feel from it, if they have a good economic situation at the present moment, or their health is still good at the moment, we are all part of this big ball of humanity. And that by God entering in to the human condition as a baby and reminding us that we are all the same and we all need each other, and that we are called to be just our authentic, needy, messy, joyful selves. That's the way of faith. That's the way of life. Just be who we are and love each other for it. So, whatever your situation is, whether it's messy, whether it's magnificent, my blessings to you this Christmas Eve. May your heart be filled with joy as you consider that you are beloved, just as you are, your messy little self. Merry Christmas, everybody.